The headline clash of this weekend's Premier League action takes us to Old Trafford, where Manchester United face Chelsea. Two giants of English football, two teams heading in opposite directions, yet both desperate for a victory that could shape their season and restore belief. United are reeling from the shock of a heavy defeat to Manchester City, while Chelsea, under Enzo Maresca, come into the game on the back of a midweek loss to Bayern Munich. This isn't just a meeting of two traditional powerhouses, it's a fierce examination of both managers. Can Ruben Amorim find solutions for United's patched-up squad and shaky defense? And can Chelsea finally turn their dominance in possession into goals at the so-called Theatre of Dreams, a place where victories have long eluded them? It promises to be a high-stakes battle of tactics, mentality, and sheer nerve. Manchester United enter this showdown under mounting pressure. 4 points from their opening 4 league games mark their worst start to a Premier League campaign in over 30 years. Even those points felt labored, far from convincing. The 3-0 defeat to Manchester City only intensified doubts surrounding Amorim. His 3-at-the-back system has looked vulnerable, repeatedly exposed down the flanks and behind his midfield pivot, leaving United unable to control the center of the pitch. To make matters worse, injuries have struck at the worst possible time. Lisandro Martinez remains sidelined as he continues his recovery from knee ligament damage. Diogo Dalot is ruled out with a muscle problem. Mason Mount is racing against time after picking up a knock against Burnley, while Matheus Cunha is almost certain to miss out with a hamstring issue. That leaves United not only fragile defensively, but also lacking attacking variety, piling the creative and goal-scoring burden squarely on Bruno Fernandes, and a supporting cast still searching for consistency. Chelsea, under Enzo Maresca, arrive at Old Trafford with a very different energy. Yes, they were beaten 3-1 by Bayern Munich in the Champions League, but the performance still carried a clear identity: disciplined high pressing and lightning-quick transitions. Their downfall came from individual errors rather than a flawed system. That said, injuries remain Chelsea's biggest headache. Liam Delap is sidelined until the end of the year, Isugo has just undergone thigh surgery, Levi Colwill faces a long absence, and Romeo Lavia is still short of match fitness. To add to that, Estevao and Cole Palmer have picked up minor knocks and remain doubts for the trip to Manchester. Even so, with Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo anchoring midfield and João Pedro in sparkling form, the Blues still look far more balanced and far more dangerous than their hosts at this moment in time. When you compare the two sides, it's clear United are facing a deeper crisis, while Chelsea, despite their absentees, have a more solid foundation to build on. The recent head-to-head record between these two clubs tells its own story: tight, unpredictable, and often dramatic. In the last 5 meetings, Chelsea have won twice, 1-0 back in May 2015 and that unforgettable 4-3 thriller in May 2024. United have also claimed 2 victories, including a 4-1 hammering in May 2023 and a 2-1 win in December of the same year. The remaining clash ended in a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford in late 2024. In short, there's never much to separate them. These games are rarely dull, often decided in moments of chaos or brilliance, and history tells us that form and tactics are just reference points, not guarantees. All of which sets the stage for another tense, high-stakes encounter. Tactics will matter, squad depth will be tested, but ultimately it will come down to resilience, nerve, and who can seize the moment when it matters most. Under Ruben Amorim, Manchester United have held on to one defining trait: their aggressive high press. The defeat to Manchester City may have raised doubts, but on closer inspection, United didn't completely fail in that area. There were spells where their pressing was sharp and coordinated, especially when City tried to build from the back. The wingbacks and central midfielders stepped up to close space quickly, forcing long balls or turnovers. That could be a key weapon against Chelsea, particularly with Levi Colwill missing. The left-footed centre-back is vital to Chelsea's build-up play, and without him, their ability to progress the ball smoothly from defense could be disrupted. A weakness United will look to exploit by winning possession high up the pitch. Another potential turning point lies in transitions. Enzo Maresca's Chelsea always want to dominate the ball, pushing numbers forward to control territory. That naturally leaves gaps to be attacked. United may well decide to sit deeper, absorb pressure, and then strike with pace on the counter. It's a scenario we've already seen from them this season, not always consistent, but dangerous when executed well. With Benjamin Šeško's physical presence and blistering speed up front, combined with Bryan Mbeumo's movement and ability to exploit space, United have the tools to hurt Chelsea on the break. Set pieces and aerial duels could also swing the contest. Šeško, with his towering frame and sharp positioning, is a real threat in the air. Against a Chelsea side missing Colwill, one of their strongest aerial defenders, this becomes an even bigger factor. Šeško isn't just a target for headers. His presence can unsettle back lines, dragging defenders out of position and creating second ball opportunities for the likes of Bruno Fernandes or Mbeumo. Meanwhile, under Enzo Maresca, Chelsea have started to develop a clear identity: heavy possession, structured build-up from the back, an aggressive press immediately after losing the ball, and sharp use of pockets of space between the lines to unlock defenses. Against Bayern Munich, they came out on the front foot, pressing high and stringing together some promising moves in the first half, but costly individual errors at the back left them exposed and punished. One of Maresca's standout tactical signatures is the way his fullbacks step into midfield during build-up. Players like Malo Gusto or Reece James will often drift inside to join Enzo Fernandes or Moises Caicedo, giving Chelsea numerical superiority in central areas and tightening the link between defense and midfield. When possession is lost, they flip the switch immediately, launching an intense counter-press, especially in central zones, to regain control as quickly as possible. But while possession is their foundation, Maresca's Chelsea are anything but one-dimensional. When the chance arises, they can explode in transition. With Fernandes and Caicedo breaking up play, and the speed and creativity of Cole Palmer and João Pedro higher up the pitch, the Blues can turn defense into attack in an instant. It's these sudden bursts of vertical play that make them so unpredictable, and it could be particularly dangerous for United if they commit too many men forward in their own pressing game. Manchester United head into this showdown with Chelsea far from full strength, yet still armed with enough quality to trouble their visitors. At the back, Matthijs de Ligt and Lenny Yoro are tasked with shielding Altay Bayindir's goal, while Luke Shaw's return adds composure in the build-up, even if his defensive duels remain a concern. In midfield, young Kobbie Mainoo could get the nod alongside veteran Casemiro, providing both defensive balance and a crucial link to Bruno Fernandes. Out wide, Noussair Mazraoui and Patrick Dorgu are expected to patrol the flanks, while up front, the Red Devils will look to Benjamin Šeško, a towering presence with aerial dominance, and Bryan Mbeumo, whose pace and unpredictability bring a dangerous edge to their counterattacks. Chelsea, meanwhile, have defensive headaches of their own. With Levi Colwill sidelined long-term, the responsibility falls on Trevoh Chalobah and Tosin Adarabioyo to anchor the back line. The return of Reece James offers optimism down the right, while Marc Cucurella will need to tighten up defensively on the opposite side. In midfield, the heartbeat remains Enzo Fernandes and Moises Caicedo, dictating tempo and recycling possession. Further forward, Chelsea's creative spark could hinge on the fitness of Cole Palmer and Estevão. Should they fail to feature, the burden will shift heavily onto João Pedro and Pedro Neto to provide the cutting edge. The absences on both sides mean tactical calculations will be critical, but Chelsea's depth still gives them confidence to impose their possession-heavy game. Old Trafford then sets the stage for a fascinating battle. United will look to disrupt with high pressing and strike through rapid counters, testing Chelsea's vulnerability in the air. The Blues, on the other hand, will lean on controlled possession and moments of brilliance from their flair players to break through. This is more than just a tactical contest, it's a test of character for both managers at a crucial point in their seasons. With both clubs desperate to stay in the race, the outcome could mark a turning point, one that shapes the trajectory of United and Chelsea in what promises to be a grueling campaign.